Good morning. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Please rise for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning and welcome. Item 3 will be any citizen desiring to be heard. Nobody filed. Item 4, consideration of possible action on January 15th, 25 minutes.
I move to approve.
I'll second. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, the motion carries. Item 5, consideration and possible action on plat of Wildwood 10 lots in the southeast quarter of 1817 North 1 East. How are you today, sir? If you would, if you start down there.
Oh, it only has a chairman's signature, which is fine, it makes it easy to.
You see all the language on it, Mark?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I bet Troy is saying it. Did y'all see this?
Exactly.
Where does it say the roads are not county?
There's nothing but county roads. There's no private roads.
on this one. She's got the county road on the side and side. 740 and 3240.
You gotta go away. Section line. You go with it, Blue?
It doesn't, there's no, I mean, it's all,
You're just gonna maintain those roads anyway.
yeah, those county roads, but there's no roads back in here, right?
No.
Nothing.
I move to approve. Just chairman and you.
Just me and you, just. So Mark made a motion. You second? I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion on the plat? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, the motion carries. You want all this signed?
We're just gonna record these.
Well, I signed this one. Tell them all sold? Not yet. Well, good luck. Hope it works for you.
Now across the street to the county clerk's office to record it. It's in section.
Yeah, we're hoping, y'all might be buried out some of the floors, so it's pretty rough.
That's District 2, bro. We're working our way. Yeah, that's gonna be.
Guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
That's gonna be a hell of a back in there.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Good luck. Thanks. Item 6, meeting with Don Andrew, OSU Extension, for introduction of Carly Johnson as the new 4-H Extension educator. Don, you're
Yep.
up.
All right.
I met Carly the other day.
We'd like to, first of all, thank you for allowing us to have another educator. So this is Carly Thomason, who was hired January 13th. She may look familiar because she was also our summer intern this last summer. So she's been, I'll let her tell you a little bit about herself. And then I also have Lizzie, and I think some of you might remember her. She's the new ag educator. She came on staff in June, so just so you all know who we are.
Hey, I saw a couple of you guys at the pork chop dinners, but I'll formally introduce myself. I'm Carly Thomason. Like she said, I was here in the summer, so I've talked to you guys a little bit. But I'm from Mulhall, and now the 4-H educator at the Extension office. I just want to thank you guys for making the budget to fit me in there, because I enjoy having a job, especially one that I love. And I have a lot of plans to get more 4-Hers in the county and just make it more fun for them and get us into more contests and competitions and kind of grow their skills. So I'm excited to be here, and I think there was one other thing you wanted me to say, but I can't remember. But anyways, yeah, thank you guys for doing that for me.
Well,
Hey, by chance, do you know how many active members y'all have?
About 210.
I'm sorry?
About 210 right now, and then it'll grow before summer because we have a lot of events in the summer that the kids will sign up for. So maybe I'm hoping we reach about 230.
Good.
At the end of last year, at the end of our registration last summer, it was 229, so. And when I started in October of 2022, it was at 120 members, so we have grown a lot in a couple years. So we've added in new clubs. We have a very active shooting sports club. Matter of fact, we'll have another 3 or 4 young men go to nationals the end of June. We right now in Logan County have the 4-H state president, Bridger Arrington, who some of you met in October. So yeah, our 4-H is very, very active. So they go on leadership trips, and a couple young men just came back from New Mexico on a leadership trip. So yeah, they're very active. So it's nice to have a full-time person to help take care of that, because before that, Lizzie and I were 50-50. So we were trying to do family and consumer sciences and 4-H, and she's trying to do ag and 4-H, and so it'll be really nice to have a designated person to help with all the questions and emails and inquiries. We get inquiries all the time from our public to, about 4-H and what it's all about and so forth. And we're beginning to partner with the schools and get some things going with the schools and so forth. So yeah, we thank you.
I just welcome.
Oh, yeah, welcome, Carly.
Thank you.
All right, anything else?
No, unless you guys have anything for us.
No, appreciate your work, thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Logan County. Item 7, consideration of possible action on temporary employment service agreement with Americas for temporary staffing for the health department.
The health department has run into some trouble hiring a full-time RN and hiring a bilingual patient care. So they are going to utilize Americas, which is on a state contract for some temporary staffing for those positions as needed, and that's what this contract is for. So the way it's set up.
Any discussion on the contract? I'll make a motion with approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, the motion carries. Yeah, it's kind of weird how it's set up. 8, consideration and possible action on memorandum of understanding between the Oklahoma State Bureau of Narcotics and the Sheriff's Office for a task force officer in support of OBN Anti-Methamphetamines Task Force mission. You're up, Troy.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm here to answer any questions you have for us in reference to this agreement, but the shortened version would be is we're here to partner with OBN, and if we supplement some help, what we get in return is a lot of their help supplementing back whenever we have investigations that are in need. This agreement gets one of our deputies access to the OBN network, if you will. They would, during an operation, they would supply a car with gas. They provide up to $18,000 or $20,000 in that ballpark of overtime, because obviously sometimes they would call for our help to send that particular deputy to anywhere in the state of Oklahoma. This relationship we asked for, we think would greatly benefit some of the investigations that often fall in cracks just from being busy, taking our general calls of service.
This isn't any different than previous.
We've had them in the past, yes, and in many counties and cities have the same agreement. This agreement went through our max review and.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
You got a motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
I know this is only for the sheriff's department, but when the county, when the districts get involved, like I had to go out here and help them with some marijuana the other day.
Yes, sir.
And we lose about 3 men, the time on 3 men, 4 men, and then the time of disposing of the product. And I questioned the guy in charge about any kind of reimbursement from the state. He said, well, it's customary, we buy fuel. That's the least of my worries.
Okay.
So I'd like to be able to get, I mean, even some partial payment for the reimbursement for the employees.
That team is a separate division.
Yeah, that's what I
Law
said.
Enforcement Task Force, but that's a great question I can take back to the team.
Right.
And see, because there could be agreements we're missing out on.
Right. I don't mind helping out, I just.
That makes sense.
McLean County's had some of those same questions, and they also had some questions about what if my CDL drivers are out there when you're burning it, and then boom, they get popped, and because you can't get away from smoke.
Yeah, but I don't, in my experience with that, contact doesn't work. I've had people in the same truck. 1 person out of 3 was not smoking, and he's the only one that passed the drug test. So that contact, I don't believe it's a thing. It's just a matter
I don't know nothing about it.
It's a gamble problem.
But I'd love the opportunity to take that question back to the
Right.
OBN and see what we can find out.
Right, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Troy. Item 9, consideration and possible action on relocating outdoor storm siren from Seward Road in May to rural water district number 2.
So we've had Andy Goddard doing a bunch of work on the county sirens, changing the batteries, fixing solar panels, regulators, getting them up and ready for springtime, severe weather and everything like we do every year. We were looking at some of them and where they're at and how maybe they could better, serve the county and different areas' population. So there's one out at Seward in May, out by the old town of Navina out there, and there's only like 3 houses or so out there that's in that area for that siren. And so we thought about relocating it over by Cooksey and Highway 74, just to the south of
at the rural water district, yard number 2. That would help cover Cimarron City and then also Lake Lottawanna in that area where people, do more outdoor activities on the lake out there, fishing and stuff, and lot more houses and population. And so I got a couple different quotes there, one on relocating it, and then one on, just adding a new one out, new used one out there. And we did talk to Rural Water District 2, and they did not have a problem, putting it, it'd be in their fenced-in yard off the highway there, so it'd be in a secure spot, and then we would also have a gate key and access, for any maintenance that needs to be done to it.
My concern would be the liability of, we furnish a storm siren out here, never gonna take it away from them. Is there a
Yeah.
liability there?
I haven't found anything.
Then also,
Talking to
I'm
people.
sure it was purchased with REAP grant dollars. Can you move that storm sewer?
So that's what we found out that, we could not find any information on, because that grant was over, what was it,
2006.
2006, so we think it's expired, the terms of it.
So how long, so it's been there since like 2006, 2007? Well, that
Yeah.
would- I mean, if I was hearing a siren for that many years and now I don't hear it anymore, I'd be kind of upset, but, you said you had a cost to install another one at the new location?
Yeah, there's another sheet in there. There's 2 packets, one's the relocation and this one is that's the new used one.
Lord mercy.
Yeah, they're,
But we still recommend people buy an app.
we
These are
recommend
not
people-
designed to wake you up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, they're designed for outdoor,
Right,
use.
right.
Yeah, not to be heard inside.
Which, since you brought it up, I'll throw out here for those that are listening, that LoganCountyOK.com
You can sign up.
notification allows for free citizens to sign up for alerts that include severe warnings, tornadoes. You get to choose what type of alert, so that you will get an email, a text message, a phone call in the event of. So that is
That's
a
on the
service.
website, isn't it?
Yes, it is provided by the county, and it's available.
How far away is that? 6, 7 miles different?
Yeah.
I don't know about relocating.
So is there any kind of grant funding to just install a new one?
There is, but they're not accepting any grants right now.
And these dollars gonna be paid out of your budget? or-
So on on the relocation, I got enough in the siren maintenance budget to cover that one, but if we went the route of installing the new one, no, usually I just put $10,000 in the account, to maintain the 10 I got every year.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So the quote for the new one isn't really a new one, it's a used one.
It's a-
What's the warranty on it?
That I do not. But it would be, solar powered like the other ones and the batteries and.
How can you test the ones we have?
So currently, they do what they call a ramp up, where every Wednesday at noon, they just ramp up and ramp down. On the 3rd Saturday of each month, I use my volunteers that I have in the Logan County Ham Radio Group, and they send out 10 people to all the locations, and then we run them for the full 3 minutes to make sure they're spinning properly and that, everything's working.
Why don't we take no action today? Do a little asking, researching.
So, yeah, that's fine with me. So this quote for putting up a new used one
Right.
is $15,444.
Yeah.
Is the bid limit 15,000?
25.
25.
You see if you can find the money somewhere to just add a little deeper.
You try that.
So really no hurry on this?
No, we, like I said, this was just, very preliminary, and, we were just trying to think of a better way where we could, where we didn't have one where there was some more population.
I don't think those delays are gonna last very long with that money, that grant money we were talking about being held up.
Oh,
I don't think that's gonna be very long.
Oh, I think he's talking about the window for application.
Yeah.
I just know within 2 miles of this one, you've got several hundred homes going in now. Now, if my memory's correct, this is supposed to be like a 3-mile radius.
It's about a mile. It's about a mile.
That's not the
I know
action.
we talked about a 7-mile one, but I thought that'd be a little loud for those folks close.
Right. So it was just very preliminary, just wanted to run some ideas and.
I'm not opposed to it myself, Stephen, but I'd like to, if we did decide to relocate, I want to make very sure that we're not going to be held liable.
Right. And that might be something I could reach out to the, attorney and ask him too, so, yeah. So,
All right, so if I'm getting the vibe from the board, no action today?
No action.
yeah. That's fine, I just wanted to, present the information and stuff and what I found
I
out.
don't have an issue with it, I just want to follow the law.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Thanks, Stephen.
I have found a way to do both.
So no action on number 9. Item 10 is going to be consideration of possible action on ingress and egress agreement with Michael K. Tillery and David Haddon. Are these both yours, Floyd?
Yeah, that's basically for detour routes off that Luther Road project out there.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second, any discussion?
Nope.
Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Don't we normally put the township and range on there, the legal description?
I think it might be on-
Well, they're on the
Okay.
application.
Motion carried.
Yeah.
You ready, Mark?
I'm locked it up.
Consider, item 11, consideration of possible action on resolution creating the REAP Grant Fund 1425.
So I think y'all are aware that we kind of changed how we're going to handle our REAP grants and how we're going to pay for them. And the law changed in November that allows us to now for REAP do a drawdown for the payment. So we do not have to cash out the project ahead and then wait for reimbursement. But to do all of this, we have to set up a new fund and then sub-accounts for each of you that get the REAP grants. And I'm still working out all the details on this, but essentially what will happen is by doing this, we will draw a purchase order in the new sub-account in the red, because there's no money there. But that allows a purchase order to be issued, do the work, get the invoice, then we can submit that to REAP to get the money that we'll then put back in that account to write the check.
So it says we can draw up a PO in the red.
Yeah, the PO's in the red, the warrants is not. We're not issuing payment in the red, just an encumbrance to be able to do a drawdown. This is a change in the law. Federal money had been allowing this process on some of their stuff. The law changed to allow this type of funding now to work in that same thing. So for instance, I mean, if you had the 300,000, you had to front it up and wait to even get half of it back, it becomes an issue. So this allows us to not be in that position. But to create a new fund in the system, this board has to approve that by resolution, which is something else I just recently learned, so.
I move to,
We can draw up a PO in the red, because every time I do it on my system.
Oh, you'll get a big warning.
Why is that?
I move to approve creating a new REAP Fund 1425.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thanks for coming. Nice
Thank you.
meeting
Thank you.
care, I've combined the 12, 13, 14, and 15, but I'll read through them. There'll all be consideration of possible action on REAP grant contract, and for District 2, it's gonna be $105,107 for gravel for 4 miles in Indian Meridian, on Indian Meridian of District 2. The 13 will be consideration of possible action on REAP grant contract in the amount of $49,605 for extraction equipment from Meridian Fire Department. 14 would be consideration of possible action on REAP grant contract in the amount of $200,000 for improvement 2.5 miles of Dover Crescent Road from State Highway 74 west to Rockwell in District 3. 15 would be consideration of possible action on REAP grant contract in the amount of $254,905 for improvements of Forest Hills Road between State Highway 74 and May Avenue in District 1.
I'll move to approve.
I will second that for all 4 items.
I have a question. The $105,000 for gravel in 4 miles of Indian Meridian, there's no designated spot.
I didn't write it.
I don't know where that's at.
This contract does not say. I
So
think your
you probably-
application probably does.
Okay.
I took this information from the contract. Do you have that information?
I do, I have to go grab it, I don't have it in
See,
memory.
I couldn't make access to it.
Okay.
It needed a code. Now, I can go in and sign it now. After this is approved, I can go
Well,
in and sign it.
if you will,
I'll
we're
look at
gonna
the contract.
sign all of these because they can't be submitted without minutes.
Right.
It's all gotta wait
Right.
and come together, so, but like I said, the contract just says that.
Okay,
On the application, I'm sure it's specified.
where is that?
That application was done before you were commissioner,
Right.
so.
But you should have took credit for it.
Yeah. Depends on where it's going, whether or not you want credit.
So I have a motion and a second on all 4 items. Any further discussion? Fully?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the motion carries.
So I added the commissioner's signature stamp for all of you here, but up here for the REAP as the person doing that, there'll be a signature for separate meeting.
And this is still not a notice to proceed.
It is not, they won't issue the notice to proceed, Mike, from what I've read, until they get this and the minutes back. And once they approve all that, then we've got notice to proceed.
Moving a lot faster than it has in the past.
So under the Meridian Fire Department, this for
Yeah, because of District 2 and the sponsorship went through that way, so I don't know how else to do that.
And you won't have to drop everything, you'll have about a year.
Right. Oh, yeah, I know.
And I would say Logan County for this year's REAP came out, not only did each district get a project, Meridian Fire Department was funded 100% for their extraction tools. Crescent, the town of Crescent got money for a sewer project, Orlando got money for a sewer project, so Logan County came out really well in the
Coyle
REAP.
got one for the lagoons or something, I think? Maybe that was a different one.
Yeah, I think that's the difference.
Yeah, Logan County really come out well on REAP grants this year. It's kind of odd too.
It is.
To get that many. I'm thankful we did. Item 16, consideration and possible action to receive free fair board certification of elections assigned certificates of filing for 2025 free fair board elections.
So at this year's filing period, to fill the 3 open or available positions, one representing each district on the fair board, we only have 1 filed for each seat, and those were the current members holding those positions. So we will I have canceled the election schedule for February 7th. So the District 1 seat will continue to be held by Marjorie Throckmorton. The District 2 seat will continue to be held by Coy Betchen. The District 3 seat will continue to be held by Kelsey Pfeiffer. So I have certified that as I'm required to do. And then behind this, I have the certificates for those filings.
You want to set aside?
Yeah, just there, fine there.
We've already voted on
No,
that.
I never got motion or anything.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Did you vote for what I didn't hear?
Aye.
All opposed, the motion carries. Item 17, consideration of possible action to acknowledge receipt of notice of tort claim from Shad Bocamp and forward to ACO claims. I'll make a motion that we acknowledge and send on ACO.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion carries. 18, consideration possible action on the resolution appointing requisitioning officers in various accounts.
So I have two. I have one appointing for OSU Extension Office and for Deer Creek Fire Department.
Just waiting on that one, yeah.
I'll second Floyd's motion. Motion and second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion carries. 19, consideration of possible action on resolution appointing receiving officers for various accounts.
I have three. I have OSU Extension, Deer Creek Fire, and Langston Fire.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the motion carries. 20, consideration of possible action on the following permanent road crossing permits, and there's a slug of them.
They're all for Cox for fiber optics being put throughout the county.
And that's all we got.
Is it overhead or underground?
No, they're under.
Is there a depth?
Per the permit, minimum 6 feet.
6 feet? Okay.
They won't follow it.
Well, if they don't follow it and they get it cut, it's on them.
They'll send you a bill.
All fair. All huge.
Oh, Lord, here we go again.
Why don't they put them in a few at a time?
Somebody's spending all that federal money.
That's exactly it.
Just think your people will be able to communicate out there, Floyd.
No, we got,
Smoke signals.
we got Cimarron, that Gun Central Rural Electric, this fiber net, that's the best thing since sliced bread. I guarantee you, and it's a reasonable price.
Yeah, but he's done this before.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a stamp.
Well, it'll slow you down. We've seen that too.
Them self-interest stamps.
Yep.
You'll already seen it? CRC.
FYI, the law allows you to have a signature stamp, it has to be registered with
Oh,
the
really?
state, and there's a whole other process to
Really?
it, so don't just go make one.
Archie had one for a meeting.
Did he?
Right, we just don't want
The state has gotten really tight about signature stamps, since one led to a whole bunch of embezzlement issues in another county.
Right. They mail these in, Troy?
Pardon me?
They mail these to you?
They usually drop them off. Nobody wants to pay the postage when they got this stuff. So when they're all done, they'll come pick them up. Especially since they don't have to pay.
Well, I was just wondering if they would send it to me.
Is Huntington even our road?
Huntington? 105.
That's the one, I believe.
I just don't wanna take their money on a road.
They're not paying for them. Cox is a public utility, we can't charge them.
What's either side of it?
It's rural fire.
Across the street from Country Club.
You'd think over here would be, what's his name, get over there, dirt work and tear down houses and stuff. He's dead now.
Cole?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what it's at. But I don't know if that's county road or not, I'd have to look at my map.
It is.
As long as they're crossing the county road and they're 6 foot deep, I don't have a problem with it. And that's in this contract, right?
But they can also use the right of ways to lay lines, because they're a public utility.
Well, that's fine, as long as they follow the guidelines.
Telecommunication is guaranteed by the Constitution to use the right of way.
Be nice if they come down that brown right there and take all the trees out for the food.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I might clear a few of them. There ain't nothing but rock down the ground.
Got a piece of that a lot.
And
Troy, Cox doesn't have to go through this process, do they? They just kindly do it?
Technically, yeah, but they're really good. ONG, OG&E, AT&T, Cox are really good about filing the permits. It lets everyone know this work's going to be going on and all that good kind of stuff, so. I spoke to the Cox right-of-way rep a couple of weeks ago, and the big push, I mean, we've done several hundred for them in the last year, is all that broadband
Make a motion.
federal money.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Item 21, consideration of possible action on consent agenda items.
Payroll. transfer for the sheriff's office. Blankets. Election board claim as you only. And alcoholic beverage tax.
What do you guess, Chris?
I'm gonna go 23.7.
You'd be a little higher. 21. $24.
Motion approved.
I'll second Floyd's motion. Got a motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, motion carries. 22, consideration of possible action on claims for payment for January 2025.
I think you're supposed to sign this.
No, that's for the requisitioning official, so if that, whose office is it?
Yours.
Oh.
No, it's mine, but it's got your name there.
Well, that's it, there's 2 spots. But yeah, mommy needs to sign it as, that's why.
Awful quiet.
For Friday.
Take a motion to approve the claim.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion carries. I guess you want me to read this one? Consideration and possible action on purchase card payment for January 2025.
I move to approve.
Second.
Motion is second, any discussion on it? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. 24, comments, announcements, questions by the Board of County Commissioners or other county officials or department heads. Stephen, where's Stephen go? I don't see him. Sean? We make him mad?
No, he's actually over helping set up for class and training. Just a quick update on what's been going on this month. I've lost 37 hours of my life in training for the first 2 weeks of January. Completed the ICS 3 and 400 class, which actually puts me into the management side of emergency management. Very good courses. Took them at Tinker Air Force Base. It was a good experience. Next week I'll be in the G191 class, which is also another FEMA ICS course required for the job that you have bestowed upon me. Haga, he wanted to make a point to say he attended the Integrated Fire Warning Training Seminar in Norman yesterday. He walked in the door thinking that he's just going to get some training and some knowledge, and it turned into a seminar on the Simpson Road fire. They had over 100 people there, even from out of state, as far as they had managers, as far as from California. The outcome of the class turned out to be an eye-opening experience, knowing that the state of Oklahoma / Logan County is known to have one of the highest warning alert systems that we have. They average mostly on these huge fires that we get within our county. Within 7 minutes, we have sent out every alert possible to your constituents in the county to let them know that something's coming. They were really surprised, California especially. In California, average, I don't know, I can't remember what he told me the average were, but one of the conversations was how many homes that were lost in the Simpson Road fires. It was 0 deaths, and the state of California were like, how did you do that? So they don't have the system that Oklahoma / we take pride in what we do at emergency management as far as notifying people. So that was a good deal. Hagen was a little upset because he basically ended up speaking most of the class and wasn't prepared. They didn't tell him this was coming, so he did a really good job. He'll be at training next week for the strike task force for the leaders class for the fire task force deployment, which is something that that we do with our task force. One other thing on our storm sirens, which I know you guys love hearing about storm sirens, but all 9 out of our 10 sirens that we have control of right now are up and operational. We still have one in Cedar Valley. It has a comms issue. Problem with that is their radio guys are in Texas right now working on things, and as soon as they come back up, they'll be able to check that radio and get it reprogrammed correctly. But we are on 100% on the repeater tower now, to where we don't have that line of sight issue we had before about getting the signal to the towers or getting to the storm sirens themselves. So everything's operational. The last 2 tests we have been phenomenally great. Every Wednesday they're working. Hagen and I have worked on going out, and he set them off from the office to the one at Cedar Valley, which is the ones that we're working on right now. So, you guys have any questions of me?
I got a question. Is there anybody in the emergency management department, for lack of a better term, that has gone through fire prevention evaluations? And what that is where we would go out to the people in the county and tell them, if you move this, you move this, you move this, and your house is going to be safe from a wildfire. There are classes for that. I've actually attended them.
I have attended some of those in my fire service career. The answer to your question is I'll have to get back with you.
I mean, I'd like that to be something that we might be able to do for some of the folks around here, because if we can move cedar trees, or if we can tell them what they need to do to basically fireproof their homes, or it's not going to fireproof it, but I think we would help the county considerably if we could get people to buy into that.
I think the most this board could do would be to educate them that this service
That's
is
what I'm
available.
Right.
And I think it is available through state forestry, isn't it?
More than likely, yes.
That's all good, thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Troy, you got anything?
Things are going pretty well. The only thing I would add is that if you guys have seen an increase of North Care services in the community, they've built an outpatient establishment that they're seeing mental health patients from our community. They also have an urgent care facility that's at Logan Mercy. And just recently, they've opened a 24/7 juvenile and adult facility just south of Edmond city limits, but it's way closer for us to help the community members that are in urgent need of mental health. Part of that same grant and some of the things that they're rolling out also provides kind of an outreach coordinator, and we've established a relationship to see how this might work. Met with them this week, and one of the things that they can help navigate is some of our individuals in the detention center that's going to get released that maybe do not know how to navigate Social Security benefits, or it could be as simple as Medicare, Medicaid, those kinds of benefits. They can get them 30, 60 days in advance before release, that those benefits would be waiting for them, which can help ease some of the burden of moving back into the community and maybe having barriers of not having the benefits or able to navigate. So that relationship's coming in a little closer towards our inmates that might be released within 30, 60 days. Part of that same person, though, can also extend that the help to our employees. So if any county department has employees that might need to navigate something that's challenging in life, whether that's mental health or whether that's navigating some sort of benefit, they have a resource coordinator that can come to them and meet at the office or at home or what have you. So if anybody has that, reach out to me and I can get you in coordination with the community coordinator.
Thank you, John. Troy? Mark? Lloyd? All right, item 25, consideration possible action on adjournment.
Move to the adjournment.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We adjourn.